How you doing? My name is Chris Gagne. Um, Most of my followers on here follow me or know me from my coverage of Ferguson after the Michael Brown shooting. Um, since that time, in my own personal life, um, I've had some issues and struggles. One being I was attacked and beaten back in February of this year here in St. Louis, which caused me to not be able to work, and the entire left side of my face reconstructed with titanium. Um, I'm now legally blind in my left eye, and have a whole slew of neurological problems, etc. Because of those struggles and the inability to make money, and having to struggle to pay medical costs because I'm uninsured, it's basically put me out on the street. And because of that, it's now going on about week 7 that I've been on the street here in St. Louis. A portion of that is somewhat by choice now, because the homeless situation here is out of control, and no one seems to care. So I want to take my struggles and be able to show everyone else what it's like to live on the streets and be homeless and not have access to the small things in life that we all take for granted. I'm not from St. Louis originally, so I have no family here to take care of me. Certainly, I don't look for a handout like most homeless people out here. They look for a hand up. That seems to even be hard to get. So, starting now, I am going to report on this, as a part of my daily life. The people I come in contact with, the politicians that I talk to, law enforcement, people on the street. I'm going to do my best to record as much as I can and respect the privacy of everyone. That's possible. Most people know here in St. Louis, there's really one major homeless shelter that's run by Reverend Larry Rice. Unfortunately, due to the homeless population in the city, it's overfull, and of course the city wants to shut it down. That's currently being litigated in court. And while this is going on, we have a couple thousand people homeless, and just in my so far, I have seen dozens of children, teenagers, 13, 14, 15 years old, who have, who don't have family, or whose family got rid of them, that are out, trying to make it on the street too. But the biggest thing is, of course, the stadium that everybody wants to build. It baffles me that we would build a stadium, hundreds of millions of dollars, and of course put people to work, which is a good thing. When we have all these people who don't even have a bed to sleep in, why aren't we spending that money on them? And of course, one of the places that will be destroyed as a part of this is lofts that were set up for homeless people, veterans, people who couldn't make it on their own. It's kind of like low income. A big building, nice building downtown by the Arch. That's to be destroyed. Yet one more place going to be taken away from the already lack of services the city provides. And it's not just the city, it's St. Louis County too. it's rough. Right now it's 37 degrees. I'm freezing. The past couple of nights have been that way. I try to do what I can. Back last November, the day of the Michael Brown, Darren Wilson grand jury decision that I was covering, that evening, my wallet was stolen, and I lost about $700 in cash, including my license, IDs, etc. Since that time, of course, I haven't had the opportunity or time to replace those. My ID was from out of state, so no social security card, no license, etc. I'm working on trying to get that now, but yet another problem. You go to Social Security to get a new Social Security card, and they want a photo ID. You go to the license office to get a non-driver's ID, and they want a birth certificate and a Social Security card. So they kind of make it impossible to get those things. And in order for me to get into a shelter, one of the few that are here, if that's even possible, you have to have ID. So because I don't have that, I'm shit out of luck. So starting Monday, I'm going to be looking into some transitional housing. I don't know how much I'll be able to record. Of course, I'm going to report on it on my website, which is reactnews.com. Again, I don't want to out people, but anybody willing to talk to me and be recorded, I'm certainly going to do that. There's certainly a lot out here. Several years ago, close to 9/11, when I was in New York City, I had a good job and made good money, had a nice home, and I volunteered every bit of my time outside of work to EMS, as well as the homeless in New York City. Every year I participated in the homeless count, and also worked to ensure that the homeless people in New York City had whatever I could do to get them. Blankets. I always did a blanket drive, clothing drives. My mother would drive down from Vermont, and we would take them down to Battery Park and hand them out. Some of them good things are going on here, but it's just not it's not okay. It's difficult enough for me to be out here. It's even more difficult to sit and watch the other people, the other homeless people, and believe me, in the county, there are families now that are homeless, who were just middle class families. Dad lost his job, mom was a stay-at-home mom. You can't get crap through the state for real. Certainly, these are people that didn't choose this lifestyle. There are many that do. And I'm certainly going to be covering that as well. But it's just hard. It's very difficult. It's heartbreaking. Especially we're 6 days away from Christmas, 5 days away from Christmas. And these young men and women out on the street with no one to care for them, give them a gift. A gift of a warm bread, a warm meal, and a bed even for a night. And it's funny because I have a lot of friends, or I thought I had a lot of friends, and I have a pretty big family. And it's funny when you get into a situation like this, where all those friends and family are. Soon they become acquaintances. I've been fortunate enough to have had about $400 donated to me so far, and I am extremely thankful for that, because that money Didn't go towards my homelessness, unfortunately. It went towards medications, etc., because I've had pretty bad infections due to the surgery, and they screwed my surgery up. So most of that has gone to that. But I'm out here now, and, I want, whoever is interested, whoever cares, to be able to see it real. We all know what homelessness is. You don't have a home. You live out on the streets. Most people think down and bad that, they're social outcasts. You have veterans out here, a lot of veterans. Shame on you, VA. Shame on you. But a lot of veterans out here, like myself, who, some choose this lifestyle because they don't trust the system. They've been screwed so many times. And then some who want off the street and do everything they can. They just can't get ahead enough to make that happen. And I want everyone to see that and be able to feel by seeing it what the situation really is out here. I mean, yeah, you can sit at home and watch this live stream and say, God, it's 37 degrees there. It's cold. God, it's got to suck to be out there. But you got to remember, I got to worry about things like, where am I going to sleep? Am I going to be safe? Am I going to be harassed by the police? How am I going to eat next? Where am I going to take a shower? How am I going to brush my teeth? Medical care in and out of emergency rooms. Right now I have about $170,000 in outstanding medical bills. Now they don't want to treat me at all because my account is so huge. But it's real out here, and people out here really need help. And hopefully my coverage of living through this in the next weeks, probably months, I'll at least be able to put a real human face on the struggles out here. People out here are not just struggling with being homeless. They're struggling with mental disorders that they're unable to get treatment for or help for. They're struggling with addictions. You see the people panhandling on the corners asking for change. They want money for drinks. They want money for drugs. That's real. I know we look down on it. We don't want to give them change to feed their addiction, but at the same time, we also don't want to do anything to help their addiction. Usually people who are addicted don't believe they are, and need help to get help. So that's it. I kind of feel like I'm babbling here. I don't have anybody to talk to or show you to right now. That'll come and go as the story unfolds. But I just wanted to introduce myself again, let you know I'm still out here, I'm still alive, and what I'm working on now. This is pretty important. My focus has always been on social justice, government misconduct. Both of those things go hand in hand. A lot of reason for the social injustice in this world is because of government misconduct, and going towards this several $100 million stadium we're about to build. I think that's a huge mistake, that we would go ahead with that and not take care of our people. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I hope you support me. Follow me on Twitter. It's CGAGNERNN. That's my Twitter. We're on Facebook under React News. I'm also on Facebook under Christopher Gagne. And of course our website, which is reactnews.com. And our news Twitter is React News Now. Also, you'll find on here a link for my GoFundMe account with a little bit of my story on there. Any donations are appreciated. I actually help and help some other people with some of the funds that I've gotten as much as I can. I'm the type of person that I'll give you the last dollar in my pocket, even when I'm out here right beside you. Most people look at me, they have no idea. I just wander around aimlessly, but I'm dressed well, I speak well, I'm educated. A lot of things I don't have. But stay tuned, and please support us in your own community. Reach out, do what you can. Even a kind word to someone out there struggling, having a rough time is important. It's good to hear. So until next time, which may be sooner than later, I'm going to sign off. And thanks for following my stream.